Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris. I do a lot of camping. That's mainly what my content is about, and I do share with you the camping gear that I use, and I do some videos on how to try to help out people that are maybe new to camping, get out there and enjoy the outdoors. It's currently 3 degrees Celsius with 40-kilometer winds, which is giving it a wind chill at about -5, -6 degrees Celsius right now. You can see the clouds rolling in around me. It's a pretty normal fall day here in Ontario, Canada. If you saw recently, I did a fire starter video, which I do have in my pack right here. It was a fire starter kit. I put it into my own little bag that I carry around. So we're going to use the fire starter kit, but first let's talk about the UBERLEBEN stove. This is a camp stove. Well, it's going to be once I put it together. This is the little canvas pouch that it comes in, and it's only a couple of pieces. We'll put this together and then we're going to fire this up and see how it works in the wind. And I have a pot, some water. We're going to boil up some water, see how well this little camp stove works. I apologize ahead of time if the wind is whistling through the camera. I can't help these gusts of wind. So, all right, let's open this up and see what it's got. I will tell you ahead of time, I do recommend that you wear gloves. These are some older gloves, so I don't care if they get dirty, because once you cook with this, it's going to be covered in soot. All right, this is what we got. These are the pieces. Okay, so we got 4 sides. There's the front with the hole in the middle. We've got the bottom that is all vented. You can see the holes in there. And then we have 2 little crossbars that are going to end up going on top. Just connect the pieces. It's sort of like a tongue and groove. You can see there's a hook on one side that faces down. The other has the hook that faces upwards. And that's all we do. We overlap and then we hook the piece together. So one thing I found that's helpful, put 3 pieces together. Your bottom plate has little tabs that lock in, but there's no tab on the front side. So the 3 tabs go in, locks in the bottom plate, and that makes it easier to put the front plate on. And that's it. There is our camp stove. Last thing is, we've got this little cross brace. They just go corner to corner, just like that. Now with the cross brace on the top, that way whatever you're putting on here to cook isn't going to fall through. Couple things to consider when you're going to use this. First, you can't tell because I'm wearing black gloves. I'm actually going to switch out of these and put on some leather gloves because I'm going to be burning some stuff. So your hands are going to get dirty unless you wear some gloves. The next thing to keep in mind, you need to make sure that you have plenty of material to burn, depending what you're using. I recommend that you cut up some pieces like I did for my fire starter kit. I have some pieces that are nice and dry. That's going to help to get it going. Also, I do have part of my fire starter kit, a little piece of this fire starter material here. We're going to actually use one of these. And then you're going to want to have a lot of material. I've already gone ahead and busted up a bunch of dry twigs, and I've got a bunch more sitting here on the ground. Another thing to consider, we're not going to do it on top of this little cloth table because you are going to have ash and embers that are going to fall through the bottom. So we're going to do it over here on this stump. Another thing to keep in mind, especially in the wind, you can have embers that are going to fly out of here. So you want to make sure wherever you're using this that you're not on top of a pile of leaves and you end up starting a forest fire. Gloves because it's dirty, lots of material to burn, and make sure it's in a safe area where you're not going to catch something else on fire. Okay, I do have a little fire starter cube. We're gonna put that down there. This stove came as a little kit with a ferro rod. If you saw my previous video, that's a ferro rod, right? So you can use this. Now, whether or not this is gonna work on this fire starter, I don't know. It's smoldering, it's smoldering. Oh, it doesn't want to go. I'm going to use my knife instead. It has a little bit of an edge. Okay, there we go. Another reason why you want leather gloves. We've got some flame. Let's put that into our kit. Toss that in there. And start stoking it up. I'm gonna go with some of my driest material first. Just feed the stove. Make sure I don't smother the starter, the fire starter out. Go with really small stuff first. While this starts getting stoked up, I mean, the amount of heat that it's pumping out of here and it's just getting going is enough to warm up my hands. All right, what's next? We need a pot and some water before this thing gets ripping. I just cleaned it recently. It was black. Use some steel wool and some soap and you'll get it right clean again, because you'll see how dirty this is gonna be after we're done this. All right, it's starting to pump. So let's get that on there. Got myself my camping mug, spork, hot chocolate, and marshmallows. And that's what we're gonna do. The amount of heat that is pumping off of this right now is awesome. If you have some hardwood, that's handy, but get yourself something that's super dry. That's why I've created a little kit that is full of really dry stuff that fits in this little bag, and it's the size that it'll fit inside the stove. So between this little pouch that holds the stove, this little pouch that holds a whole bunch of these twigs, one of the bars for lighting the fire, and then the rod, I mean, I don't think you can get much more compact than that. Tiny little pot, and you're good to go. This is a good example of what can happen when it's really windy. I've already got some embers that are dropping out of the bottom of this that are still hot. So if you're doing this right on the ground, you're definitely gonna wanna clear away and do it on the dirt and not anywhere that you could start a fire. So here it's just all grass. We're good. The water's boiling. There you go. It was that quick. Now I can't turn it off like a regular stove, so we're gonna just let this burn off. But we've got boiling water already. Look at the bottom of the pan now. See how black that is? So just be prepared. It's like when you're cooking on an actual campfire. Look at that. It's nice hot water. It's done. It's basically out. Now we're just down to a little bed of coals on the inside. that's it. You see all these embers? Ooh, that's hot. Tiny little pouch, and this tiny little pouch, that's all you need. Put that in your backpack if you're going for a hike. Tiny little pot, a mug. There you go. And look, just like that, it's lit back up again. Oh, I didn't put marshmallows. Marshmallows, we need marshmallows. Look at that bad boy going. Look at this. Works really well as long as you have enough fuel. And by fuel, I mean sticks and twigs and stuff like that. Paper maybe to get it going, but that's not gonna last long. Your best bet is to have some dry kindling to get it started, and then have some type of hardwood that's gonna burn a little bit longer. That's it. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'm gonna enjoy this, and of course, I will see you on the next adventure. Oh, that's so good. It's literally that easy. But look at how dirty this is. That's the only downfall with this type of stove, but it is what it is. That's it. Pull the plate out. Come on now. There you go, just like that. Into the little canvas bag. Look at two little cross pieces. Little Velcro tab. There we go. There's the name on the thing. I don't know if you can see that. It says UBERLEBEN. That's it. See you in the next one.